Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into some seriously fiery drama that's been making waves. Piers Morgan versus Candace Owens. You know, when these two outspoken figures clash, it's bound to be explosive. In their latest showdown, Piers didn't hold back one bit, and Candace, well, let's just say she walked right into the lion's den without a shield.
Picture this: Candace Owens, known for her bold, sometimes controversial views, steps into Piers Morgan's territory. Now, if you've been following the drama, you'll know Candace has publicly taken shots at Piers before. So this interview was like watching a ticking time bomb. From the moment he agreed to the interview, people were
buzzing with anticipation, knowing full well that Piers was not going to take it easy on her. Piers Morgan, a veteran journalist known for his sharp wit and relentless questioning, has a reputation for tearing apart weak arguments and exposing contradictions. Candace Owens, on the other hand, is a prominent conservative commentator who never shies away from controversy. She's built a following by being unafraid to speak her mind, no matter how divisive her opinions might be. The interview started off tense. Piers wasted no time in bringing up her most controversial opinions, particularly her stance on the war in Ukraine. Now, let's set the scene. Candace Owens has made a name for herself by opposing mainstream narratives, often aligning herself with more extreme views. When it comes to Ukraine, she's been vocal about her opposition to U.S. involvement and has even expressed sympathy for Vladimir Putin's actions. This position has been a major point of contention, not just with liberals but even within her own conservative circles. Piers, knowing this, went straight for the jugular. He questioned her about her views on Ukraine, asking why she seemed to support Putin and why she dismissed the plight of the Ukrainian people.
Candace, in her usual fashion, tried to deflect and redirect the conversation, but Piers was relentless. He kept pressing her for answers, highlighting the inconsistencies and flaws in her arguments. Candace claimed that the US shouldn't be involved in Ukraine because it's a money laundering operation, and that helping Ukraine was pointless. She argued that American resources should be focused on domestic issues instead. Piers countered by pointing out the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine and the need to support a democratic nation against an aggressive invader. He questioned her lack of empathy and understanding of international politics. One of the most striking moments was when Piers asked Candace why so many conservatives seemed to support Putin, despite his obvious aggression and human rights abuses. Candace, caught off guard, stumbled through her response, trying to justify her position without providing any substantial evidence. Piers seized this opportunity to expose her lack of knowledge and depth on the subject. Piers,
Candace, why do you seem to support Putin's actions in Ukraine? Do you not see the suffering he's causing?
Candace, it's not about supporting Putin, Piers. It's about recognizing the corruption in Ukraine and not wanting to waste American resources on a conflict that doesn't concern us. Piers, but by refusing to help Ukraine, aren't you effectively supporting Putin's invasion?
How can you justify turning a blind eye to such blatant aggression?
Candace, Ukraine has its own issues. Piers, Zelensky isn't some saint either. There are no good guys in this conflict. Piers, that's a false equivalence. Candace, comparing Zelensky, who's defending his country, to Putin, the aggressor, is absurd. It's victim blaming at its worst. The back and forth continued, with Piers meticulously dismantling Candace's arguments. He highlighted her previous statements, showing clips and quotes where she had contradicted herself or made outlandish claims. Candace, clearly uncomfortable, tried to shift the focus, but Piers wouldn't let up. Another heated exchange centered around
Candace's views on domestic policy and her criticism of the Biden administration. She accused the Piers, while acknowledging the challenges at home, reminded her that international alliances and support are crucial for global stability and security. Piers, Candace, you say we should focus on America first, but don't you see the importance of supporting our allies and maintaining global stability?
Candace, of course, but not at the expense of our own people. We can't afford to play world police when we have so many issues at home. Piers, but isolationism isn't the answer either. Ignoring global